do. Is this what your parents think you're doing all day? Instead of practicing your speech or going out for an event? Before 2019 or the COVID lockup, most people would have said, I was playing outside once I got home. After, most people turned to video games. It's quite easy to see why. But most parents often say that video games are very negative towards other people, influence the behavior, and are, over most of the time, very negative towards the actual child. But what if we flip that on its head? Today, we need to turn on the console and figure out how video games can help us mentally. Then, we can find our headset and talk with our teammates on how video games can actually be social, before moving our way into the video game world and figuring out how they can actually be physical, before pausing the game and taking a look at our posture. Before we can do that, we need to turn on the console and figure out how video games can actually help us mentally. From a study from 2010, Alan Rosher, video games have increased our heightened sensitivity to what is going on around us. This may include daily activities like multitasking, driving in general, reading small print, and keeping track of friends. Admittedly, we use 3 of these skills every day. 1, to drive in a town that we're unfamiliar with. After each speech meet, we need to figure out where we're going to go eat, or if we even want to get food at all. And then we can use the 2nd skill to read our judge's handwriting and other people around us. And multitasking, we use that every day in school while trying to do our schoolwork while talk with our friends. The last skill, most people often forget, mostly because who's going to use most of that skill anyways? I mean, other than exactly after a concert or after a pep rally to send off everyone for state, most people don't often use this skill. And they're not incorrect, but most of the time, video games often are used as a crutch for people that want to escape a bad situation. Because wouldn't you want to play a game where you can go anywhere in the world without needing to pay the taxes to do that? If so, video games are the best option. Now, we can find our headset and talk with our teammates on how video games can actually be social. Most people's social interactions come from online or in person, and most people now have a crisis where they don't want to talk with the people around them, and so they prefer to talk with people online. And there's a good reason for this, because most people online aren't going to see your face, don't care who you are actually, they care about what you actually do on the game. So I could be talking with some of my friends, and yes, they know who I am, but I don't know who they are, and I just don't care because they are what makes me have fun in these video games. Now, we can move our controller around and figure out how video games can actually help us physically. A study from 2021 from Bath, video games have positive health effects such as jogging on a treadmill. This is a more enjoyable way for diabetics to stay active and manage their condition. Many people can rely on this fact to stay at home, sit down, play games, and work out without actually needing to put in all that effort. There are other games that are based around exercise like Just Dance or many other things from many different companies, but most people often stick to PC games or console games, mostly because most people prefer those consoles to play with all their friends. Now we need to take a break and take a look at our posture. A study from 2024 from Jailong and Company, 52% of people that play video games reported eye fatigue, 41% reported neck pain, 36% reported wrist pain, and 30% reported hand pain. All this to say that video games can actually hurt us when playing for too long. The average time that people should be playing video games for is about 1 hour and then a 15-minute break. This is enough time to to get up, take a walk around the house, get something to eat, get something to drink, and enjoy the environment. But this is a very crucial skill, most because A, we're not going to have to deal with most of these side effects, and B, we can not end up like our shrimp friend, Jared. No, what I meant to say was my band teacher, Mrs. Ryder. Anytime she's conducting class and takes a break, I will see her texting on her phone, leaning forward, and I'm beginning to go, is she controlled by a shrimp? Or what is going on? Today, we turned on the console and figured out how video games can actually help us mentally, before finding our headset and talking with our teammates on how they can actually be social. Then, we moved our way into the video game world and discussing how they can actually be physical, before taking a break and taking a look at our posture. So, once you get home from school every day and decide to go to your room and start a console, just remember, most people that do this are actually being physical.